Welcome back to another Source Spotlight. I am Ryan Fudger, and today we are going to talk about handlebars. As you can see, I have 15, 16 or so handlebars in front of me, courtesy of Source BMX, and I have moved this whole operation inside into the Unclick studio, gave it a little moody lighting for you, and we're going to run down essentially everything that makes handlebars the most important part on your bike, because in my opinion it really is the most important part. So sit back, get ready to enjoy a completely action-packed, thrilling explanation of rise and width, and upsweep and backsweep and all that stuff. But seriously, thank you to Source BMX for making these videos possible. They are the ones that send this stuff out to me. They are the ones that pay the bills. They support our BMX, make these videos possible. And if you are looking for a new set of bars, or you're looking for anything for your bike, head over to sourcebmx.com, browse through their catalog of millions of products, literally, and support a rider-owned mail order that ships literally everywhere in the world. So let's jump into it. Design. Two-piece bars are pretty much what everybody runs. It's a classic, just like, you know, the double diamond BMX frame. It probably will very rarely change, although a lot of people have tried. So just to, you never know who's watching these. Two pieces. This is one tube that has 4 bends, and you have a crossbar. So 1 + 1 = 2. Sorry. And these are 4-piece bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. So are you sitting there going, all right, well, which one's stronger? I was wondering too, and I did not know the answer. So I hit up Odyssey, and I got a hold with one of their lead designers, George French, aka G Sport George, who is a very, very smart human, and he hit me with this email response that I will put on the screen and put a robotic UK accent over top.
Why two-piece bars tend to be more durable than 4-piece bars is slightly counterintuitive. You would think that a bend would be weaker than a well-constructed joint, and you might well be right. But we aren't interested in the ultimate strength of a single joint. We can also make a 4-piece bar stiffer, but we don't want excessive stiffness. Instead, handlebars experience a lot of landing loads and impacts from crashes and drops. In these kinds of situations, we are looking for a design that can dissipate energy, so the bars need to work like a spring. Under these conditions, a 2-piece bar can flex through the whole structure, and there are no sudden corners where flex, and therefore stress, is likely to really concentrate. Over the long term, this results in greater durability.
So 2-piece are stronger. That's the answer. Does it make 4-piece weak? No. But 2-piece are, design-wise, in theory, the stronger handlebar. Debate over. With that said, what about 6-piece bars? What about 8-piece bars? Bars with diagonals, and bars with V's, and bars with bends right here, and cup holders, and drilled out crossbars, grip areas, and all this stuff. No. Don't do it. One design aspect that I should definitely discuss that is a little more nuanced than the other ones are bends and kind of box size. And when people talk about the box of handlebars, essentially they're talking about this area right here. And usually when the conversation comes up, they like it to be a larger area, and that generally means that it's stronger because of these bends. So you have this wider bend here, and the tube goes out at an angle, and you also have a wide bend here. Whereas if you had a sharp bend here and it went up 90, just to over exaggerate it, it would also have to bend 90 there, and that in turn would make the bars much, much weaker. And then outside of that, it's more the placement of the crossbar, making the box larger. If you had a crossbar right here, obviously this wouldn't be as strong. This bar right here would be prone to bending or breaking or whatever. So having the crossbar up higher to a degree makes the bar stronger. So first things first, you have the rise or the height, essentially from the bottom to the top. Pretty straightforward there. So the basic rule is if you're super tall, if you're 6'3", you should be riding some 10-inch bars. If you're 5'6", you should be more in the 8-inch bar range. Some people say that having smaller bars helps them compress and hop more. The reality is that's more about technique. You'll see Brock, he could hop just as high on a pair of 6-inch tall bars as he can on a pair of 10-inch bars. He's even said that having taller bars helps him get underneath, and he tends to roll his wrist and actually push up as he's like compressed. I don't know if smaller bars or taller bars make you hop better. That's, if you feel more comfortable on your bike with taller bars, you're going to probably hop higher. And that's the end all be all. I will say that having taller bars helps with your lower back, helps with longevity. Us older BMXers generally have problems with our lower backs from the dark ages of riding tiny, tiny bars. So consider yourself lucky that you have, 10-inch bars available to you that get you kind of in the right area where you need to be, where you're kind of standing upright a little bit more and not so hunched over the bike. When it comes to width, quite obviously, that is the distance from here to there. These S&M Hoder bars are a whopping 31 inches wide. So even if all the other specs on these bars matched up, but you're like, I can't run 31-inch bars, you do have the ability to trim up, an inch, 2, 3, whatever you want to do, and make these bars as wide or narrow as you want. That is the one perk with width, is that as long as they're wide enough, they can come in. So why would you want to run 31-inch wide handlebars? And obviously, again, that's because you could do whatever you want, essentially. But what you're looking for when you buy handlebars is you kind of want your bars, you put your bars on your bike, you want your hands to be pretty square with your shoulders. Obviously, this video angle doesn't do it any justice, but you want your hands, you don't want to be super far out with your bars. Just like when you do a push-up, you keep your hands out in front of you. If you try to do a push-up from way out here, the leverage is just all wonky and you have no strength. So if you run bars way out here, they may feel kind of stable because the turning radius is so wide, but you don't have all that strength that you should. So try and get your hands, basically in line with your shoulders, and that's what you're looking for when you're buying bars in the right width. And then trick-wise, if you have 31-inch bars, apparently, not that I can do turn downs, but apparently having super wide bars, or wide bars, I guess I should say, is actually better for cranking turn downs. Conversely, they're obviously not that good for bar spins. So if you do a bunch of bar spins and don't do turn downs, you probably shouldn't buy Hoder bars. If you only do turn downs and you don't do bar spins, maybe try some Hoder bars. And if you do bar spins and turn downs, you may want to try something a little more middle grade like these Primo bars. The last thing to pay attention to with width is strength. As the bars get bigger and wider and you're grabbing from right here, you have more leverage on the bars and they need to be stronger. These Hoder bars are straight gauge tubing, 4130 chromoly, heat treated, straight gauge tubing. Nothing fancy about these. These things are built strong. They're S&M bars. They're meant to last forever. And that's important when you're buying a super wide set of bars. So while these Hoder bars are straight gauge tubing, these Sunday night shift bars, they're a little bit more narrow, but they use butted tubing. So what that means is they are thinner here, thicker, thinner, thicker, thinner, thicker, thinner. I'll put up a little graphic that kind of explains this, but this is totally internal, that the tubing is thinned out in certain spots and it's all done with purpose. It's supposed to be thin here, thick here, thin here. So what that makes is a super strong bar that is also lighter. Obviously the Hoder bars are bigger, but I can legitimately feel the weight difference between these two bars just holding them one-handed right here. So it does make a difference. Is this handlebar stronger or weaker than this handlebar? I have no idea. But the idea is that I think this is a straightforward bar. No gimmicks, no frills, just big boy bars that are meant to last a super long time. Obviously Sunday makes their parts with the same amount of care as S&M, but you know, there's some frills in here, and you probably pay a little bit to get these to have these butted bars. So be mindful of what you're buying, and make sure every handlebar you buy is obviously 4130 chromoly, and it should be heat treated. Do not skimp and try and save a couple bucks on handlebars. If you buy some weird off-brand handlebars, they are not guaranteed. They don't have the same quality and thought as all of these brands I'm about to show you. And if your handlebars snap, it's not good. It's one of, you know, 3 parts on your bike that you do not skimp on: forks, handlebars, and frame. So buy quality parts. Do not run them for multiple years, etc. Get new parts every once in a while. Stay safe, etc., etc. From here to there is not flat, so this is called upsweep. These Sunday night shift bars have 2 degrees of upsweep. The whole goal with upsweep is when you're down like that, when your arm is out, you're not perfectly flat. So if you were holding, you know, directly in front of you like that, it would be 0 degrees. But as you go out, the line right here should match up. So as bars have gotten bigger, so have the upsweep, because you're swinging out more. So the goal obviously is to have your arms straight, and that's for impacts, that's for your own comfort, etc. I had a buddy that made bars in his garage back in the day, and they had 0 degree upsweep because he couldn't actually make that bend, and it sucked. It hurt. So upsweep, while most people don't think about it, it is a real thing that does make a big difference in the feel of your bars and the longevity of riding bikes and taking impacts. So upsweep goes from about 1 degree to 2 degrees, and that's totally preference. You know, it does make a difference. So, and this leads directly into back sweep. From here to there, obviously we're going on a different plane, but back sweep. So it goes backwards. And the concept is essentially the same. Another degree bend. So as your hands go out, your wrist is straight and not cocked a weird direction. If there was 0 degree back sweep, your wrist would be totally bent the wrong way just to hold on to the bars at all times. So for your own comfort and longevity and taking impacts, that's what back sweep is for. And definitely it depends on the width of your bars, the shape of your body, essentially what back sweep works for you. The industry standard for back sweep is somewhere between 10 and 12 degrees. And as I said, as bars have gotten bigger, so has that degree point where, back in the day it used to be kind of around 8 and 9. Now it's pretty typical to see 11 and 12 very often. Jesus, bars are fucking huge. Handlebar placement. This wouldn't be a handlebar video if I didn't talk about the most argued thing in the world, aka why do you run your bars so forward, Dan Crook? There's essentially 4 different categories of bar placement. There's the in your lap, there's in line with your forks, there's perpendicular to the ground, and then there's Chicago, aka Dan Crook. The correct one is whatever the fuck you want. It's your bike, you ride what's comfortable, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. The only caveat, the only thing I'm suggesting is make sure you like your bars in line with the forks. Just try to move them a little bit forward, not back, forward. See if you like it. That's it. And then if you do, stick with that. Just as bars, again, they've gotten bigger. When you have your bars in your lap, you have these behemoth 9.5 inch giant box gold Kink Eagle bars in your lap, and they're, you have them back like this. The bars are not 6 inches tall anymore, so it's literally like 3.5 inches closer to you. So even in line with your forks, the bars are still closer to your body, and it's not good. That's not what you want. So that's why bar position, bars have gotten taller as well. So bar position has gotten a little bit more forward as time has gone on too. And that makes sense. But the bottom line is with bar position, to try out a couple of different things, keep moving your bars forward, do a little bit, a little bit at a time, and see what works best for you, because that is the ultimate answer. There's no way I could sit here and say this is the correct answer, because there's not. Everybody's shaped differently, everybody likes different body positions, everybody rides differently, everybody, some people only do nose manuals, some people only jump 25-foot doubles. There is no correct answer, and you just have to find out for yourself. The only thing left that I should really touch on is clamp size. So these Stranger 4-piece bars have the industry standard 7/8 inch clamp size, while these Acclaw bars have their new 1-inch clamp size. As you can see, an 1/8 of an inch doesn't seem like a lot, but you can really tell the difference between the clamp size. Acclaw, We the People, and a couple other brands have adopted this oversized clamping system, and the oversized clamping system may take over at some point, but right now it's definitely a little more on the rare side. But if you are looking to get a new set of bars and a stem, getting something like this is totally a good call. It's going to be undeniably stronger with more clamping area than the standard 7/8 inch clamping size. That does it for the general handlebar knowledge. Hopefully you learned something from me and I'm not horribly wrong on some aspect of it. But let's go ahead and jump into the highlights and specs of all these handlebars right here that Source sent. As always, shout out to them for making these videos possible. Regarding listing these bars, I am making a small change going forward. I'm not going to be listing prices anymore because they really just change depending on where you are in the world. And there's been comments about like they're not this much and they're this much, etc. So I'm just going to avoid that. I'm just going to list the specs because it just is a floating number in a certain sense depending where you are in the world, etc. With that said, these are the Stranger Piston bars. They were designed in conjunction with Connor Keating, and they come in two different heights, 9.25 and 9.75. They have a width of 28.5 inches, 4 degrees of upsweep, so that's a little bit more than typical, I believe you'll see, and 11 degrees of back sweep. They come in this here chrome, which is dope, and a matte black, which I believe is like a electric black, like not like a powder coated. So it should last a little bit longer. Also, I forgot, they're made of straight gauged, heat treated, post welded chromoly, as they should be. These are the Acclaw Chocolate bars. These are, again, the oversized clamping area, so definitely pay attention to that. These are Jordan Godwin's signature Acclaw bars, and according to Acclaw, he wanted a taller rise bar with a slightly smaller box and width. The chocolate bars come in two different sizes, a 9-inch rise with a 27.75 inch width and a 9.25 inch height, with a 28 inch width. Both bars have 1.5 degrees of upsweep, 10.5 degrees of back sweep, and they weigh in at 1.89 pounds. And just to be clear, these are the oversized bars, but they also make a set of bars with the standard size too. These are the signature Augie bars from Fit Bike Co. They come in a rise of 9.75, have a width of 29 degrees, 4 degrees of upsweep, and 11 degrees of back sweep. They weigh in at 2.7 pounds, come in matte purple, matte black, and gloss clear, and obviously they come with this pretty dope leather crossbar pad, which is a touch that you won't find on any other bars. So pretty cool little feature from Fit, and of course you can pick them up from sourcebmx.com. Back again with the Kink Eagle 4-piece bars in this dope gold color. The Eagle bars are made of 4130 straight gauge chromoly with Kink's True Therm post-weld heat treating process. They come in two sizes, 9 and 9.5 inches of rise. They are 29.5 inches wide, have 1 degree of upsweep, 12 degrees of back sweep, and they weigh 2.35 pounds in the 9-inch size and 2.4 pounds in the 9.5 size. These are the Primo Balance bars. They are made from straight gauge chromoly tubing. They have a smaller box design. You can see the crossbar is a little bit more lower, just more of an aesthetic appeal for certain people. The balance bars come in 9.57 and 10 inches of rise. The width is 27. Upsweep is 2. Backsweep is 11. And the weight, I don't know. I will put it on the screen right there, somewhere there. Maybe it's just the purple that makes these so big, but these definitely aren't the tallest bars. They're definitely the widest. S&M Mike Hoder Sky High bars. The 9.5 inches of rise, massive 31 inches wide, 1.5 degree of upsweep, 11 degrees of back sweep, and they weigh in at 2.70 pounds. They come in trans purple right here, trans blue, trans gold, chrome, gloss clear, trans red, trans black, black, and trans teal. So a lot of color options for these bars right here. If you are looking for a special color, maybe give these a shot. These are the Sunday night shift bars. Just like everything with Sunday, they are the post-weld, heat-treated, 41 thermal bars. This is one of the ones where I'm just going to read it directly. The night shift bars are 4130 chromoly with post-weld heat treatment and ED coating for anti-corrosion protection. They have large radius bends for greater durability, along with 1.8/1.3 thick multi-butted main tubing. Again, so that means that they are thinner here than they are here. The night shift bars come in this black chrome. They come in two different heights, 9.65 and 10 inches. The width is 30. Degrees of upsweep is 2. Backsweep is 11. And another one without the weight, it will be right here. Sorry. These are Dan Kruk's signature We the People bars, the Stylus oversized bar. Again, got the oversized clamping system here. According to We the People, Dan named these bars the Stylus, and hopefully I'm saying that right, because of his hometown in Stylus, Wisconsin. They come in oversized and regular clamping versions, so you don't have to worry about switching over to that system if you're not quite ready, but you're definitely feeling the bars. These Stylus bars have 9.25 inches of rise, are 28.5 inches wide, have 2.666 degrees of upsweep. I don't know if that's actually real or not. Have 11 degrees of back sweep, and they weigh 1.88 pounds. They also have a kind of a cool little play on Dan. They have, so you measure your how far your bars go forward, and then eventually you just get to Dan Kruk bars. So that's pretty damn funny. I'm glad that, at this point, Dan's definitely got a sense of humor about it, so that's pretty dope. As always, and with all these bars, you can pick them up at sourcebmx.com. That's my hashtag plug. Next up are the Salthq HQ 4-piece bars. They are fully heat treated and available in two sizes, a 9-inch rise and a 10-inch rise. They are 29.5 inches wide, have 3 degrees of upsweep, 11.5 degrees of backsweep, and they weigh in at 1.97 pounds. These are the BSD Safari bars, aka Reed Stark's signature bar. These are a multi-butted chromoly bar, so again, thinner here, thicker there, thinner there, and that means that even when I lifted these bars up, I was like, oh, these are pretty light, and I think they are the lightest bars of the entire batch at 1.7 pounds. The Safari bars come in two different sizes, 9.1 and 9.6 inches of rise. They are 29.5 inches wide, have 4 degrees of upsweep, 13 degrees of backsweep, and they come in flat black and flat raw. Oh, and these are one of the bars that are also available in the oversized clamping system. Here we have the Fly Savannah bars. This is Courage Adams' signature bar. It too comes in two sizes, 9.5 and 10 inches of rise, so definitely a big bar. They are 28 inches wide, but Fly actually put a couple of grooves in to help as guides if you wanted to cut these bars down. Little feature, if you have the pipe cutter, having that groove definitely helps you get started straight, so that helps a bunch. The Savannah bars have 3 degrees of upsweep, 10 degrees of backsweep, and they weigh 1.75 pounds. I don't think we've ever featured a Hoffman product before, so that's pretty cool, and they happen to also be the legendary Seth Kimbrough's signature Bama bars. These have been around forever. They come in two sizes, 8.75 and 9 inches. And that, I can't remember, is that the smallest of the bunch? Kind of seems like it. So if you're looking for a smaller bar, something like this could definitely help out. They are pretty wide, but again, you can cut them down. They are 30 inches wide, have 1.5 degrees of upsweep, 10 degrees of backsweep, and they weigh, let me scroll, I don't know how much they weigh. Sorry. I'm gonna put it, mirrored. I'm gonna put it here this time. That's where the weight's gonna be. Here we have Matt Ray's signature Ray bars from Sabrosa. And I just want to put a side note. Have you ever seen Matt Ray do a bar spin? It's the most effortless bar spin in BMX. Like it doesn't look like he moves. He literally just like flings them and they go around. Like there's no wind up, anything. It's super impressive, I guess is the word. So maybe these will help out. Probably not. But the signature Ray bars come in multiple sizes, 8.75 inch, 9 inch, 9.25 inch, and 9.5 inch. So a huge variety there. All those are the height, the rises. The width is 29.5, 1 degree of upsweep, 12 degrees of backsweep, and they weigh 1.76 pounds. I don't know what size that is, so expect a little bit of variance there. Don't quote me too hard. I'm fairly certain all these bars are heat treated, but Sabrosa definitely heat treats these bars. They use their death proof process and just their coin term. It also features this brazed on Sabrosa logo. They do this on a lot of stuff. I always think this stuff looks cool. So those are the Ray bars, and they are available at sourcebmx.com. The last set of bars, see they're all gone, there's nothing here, are the Verde Region bars. Region bars are 9.25 inches in height, 29.5 inches wide, have 1 degree of upsweep, 12 degrees of backsweep, and they weigh in at 2.27 pounds. They come in chrome, black, matte military green, and matte burgundy. And there you have it. That will do it for this month's Source Spotlight. Hopefully you learned something about handlebars. Hopefully I just didn't ramble on for 10 to 12 minutes and you got absolutely nothing out of it. That would be horrible. If that happened, let me know. If you don't like the fact that I moved it in the unclicked studio, you don't like the lighting, whatever, let me know. Got any suggestions? Let me know. Want me to do seat posts next time? Let me know. Want me to do brake pads next time? Let me know. Let me know what you want, and I will do my best to explain it as well as possible. Until next time, again, you know what's coming. Thank you to Source. I say it so many times because I do actually mean it. Source dudes are fucking awesome. They have the warehouse in the UK. They have one in the United States that you know about. Now they got one in Germany. So now they have 3 warehouses in the world to ship you products, and they try and do it as fast as possible. They also just started a 24-hour chat line on, I don't even know what it's called, chat line. No matter what time of the day, there is a actual bike rider, a BMX rider that knows what he's talking about, that is available to chat with you and answer your questions about BMX products. So that's an unbelievable option. That's like some stuff that you get with some massive company. 3 warehouses stacked with products. I know a lot of stuff is sold out right now with the pandemic, but if you need something, your best chance is honestly Source. So hit up sourcebmx.com, buy something, don't buy something, shop around, whatever you got to do. And thank you. That's it. That's my plug. That's me talking. I'm going to go not talk for like 2 days now. Thanks.